Is the iPhone Air a leak into or a sign that maybe Apple is considering creating a foldable device?
The browser company, the company behind Arc, they've pretty much finalized an all-cash deal with Atlassian. For context, the previous round that they did was $128 million at a valuation of $550. Then they announced Dia, and if you're a stickler for the math, let's just say it's just an 11% increase in valuation.
So, Dom, Tuesday
iPhone
was the iPhone event, and it's the same thing you came to expect.
No, let me just start here. The fact that I didn't even know
tells you
this is Apple has fallen off, man. I'm just expecting maybe another camera bump, but anyway, ginger me. I don't know.
So one, the iPhone came as no surprise to anyone who's online, because at this point,
the leaks,
it's quite clear that we were never going to see any surprise. We'll know exactly what phone we're getting. They might as well just say, they might as well not even do like the whole whatever, just walk in and see the devices. But what I found interesting was the iPhone Air, which, you remember when Samsung launched the S25 Edge, the really slim,
the slim,
yes,
really tiny.
So iPhone, or Apple, not to be undone, also came out with the iPhone Air, which again, their version of a slim device. And I've been thinking about it. Why is that important? A slim phone is a device that no one is asking for. No one seems to be receiving quite well. But I still think that there's something deeper at play. Like with Samsung, if I can just extrapolate from what I saw Samsung were doing, they launched the S25 Edge. Was it a few weeks or a few months before launching their Fold 7? So I'm quite curious. Is the iPhone Air a leak into or a sign that maybe Apple is considering creating a foldable device? What do you think?
Okay, is the iPhone Air like foldable? And maybe
no, it's not foldable. It's just a thin device. But what purpose would a thin device serve in the year 2025, where people care for battery life?
I have another question. What's the opening price? What's the retailing price? Then
let us see. Yeah, I'm here on the page.
I think that's what's gonna inform like how I think about it.
Starts at $999.
$999.
Yes,
in true Apple fashion for you. So I'm selling you a thinner phone.
Yes, for more.
Okay, in my opinion, I think for me, you know the way it speaks a lot of conviction when you're launching like 1 or 2, 3 devices max, and you just know like I'm literally gonna die on this hill. I miss the days when Apple would like launch products like just iPhone 15, and that's the flagship product for the year. Not too many whatever products, not too much fuss. I think they've gotten to a point where the best they can do, because of how big they are, is just incremental changes. And so the only way you can mint more value out of their highest selling product, of course, iPhones, is just to horizontally, like to vertically assort. Actually, to horizontally assort.
What benefit is there to make the iPhone Air?
You know, I actually thought it would probably start like at a lower price point.
Yeah,
that's the first impression. When you told me they've launched iPhone Air, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. That means they now have a $799. You know, the Nothing Play Blue. You remember Nothing?
Yeah, you don't seem to understand this game called capitalism.
Yeah, I mean Apple. Apple does not. They're rewriting the rules. But you know what? I'd take a bet. I think it's gonna flop. Like, why would you pay $1,000 for an iPhone Air and pay, let's say, $1,100 for the 15 Pro, or rather, wait, are we on like 18 or 19 right now?
It's 17.
17.
I'm also going to take a bet that they don't care about its success. They've not changed any of their other devices. They still have their normal iPhone 17, the iPhone 17 Pro, and the Pro Max. They've just added something.
Another new.
Yes. So
why?
And it's clearly...
It's a different price point, right? But it's lower.
No, it's almost at the same price point as the Pro, if I'm not wrong. Let me go check.
But so if I have Is it now on the specs? Is the difference now the specs, or just the fact that it's light? But these guys are running out of ideas, man. You know, I'm thinking about it. You know that channel, Pitch Meeting, where a guy goes and which is the craziest script.
Today is called George Ryan or something.
Yeah, George Ryan. That guy is actually so funny. And it just shows the absurdity of how these guys usually go pitch movies, and you're like wondering, what are you guys writing these days in terms of like movies? You know, I feel like in the design, like the concept team for Apple, that's how it feels like right now.
The iPhone 17 Pro starts at $1099.
$1099. I guess it's $100.
That's $100 shy of the Air. I don't think the Air is meant to. If they want it to really sell, then they're cannibalizing. They're putting two devices that will compete for in the same kind of price range, the Pro and the Air, which for me only serves to indicate that they really are not expecting the Air to sell that much. Otherwise, they would have priced it accordingly to create its own segment. So I think it's more of a display of their engineering prowess, or more so as again, if I just extrapolate from the Samsung playbook, they're hinting at, hey, they could possibly do a foldable.
You reminded me of something. I remember when we used to do like when we started doing our first startup and we were figuring out pricing. Remember when we talked about the Goldilocks effect? Like the way you'd go for like a coffee, and then you have 3 tiers, but mostly to anchor people towards the tier that you want to be sold. Like for instance, if a cup of coffee is like $10, like the double size is like 12, right?
You make a smaller option. Clearly it doesn't give you that much value.
Exactly.
And let's make a higher option that
just
quite
anchor.
too expensive.
Maybe, okay, now I'm just going off the cuff here. Maybe the sales have been declining for the baseline models that they actually want to sell. Like, you know, the baseline 17s. Because now everyone doesn't want a bare 17, they want a 17 Pro or a Pro Max. But maybe they found that the sweet spot for price versus demand is on the 17. So what do? You anchor a lower option, slightly lower option, so that it feels like the bump. You've said the difference is like $100, right?
Between the Air and the Pro.
And the Pro.
And the Pro, not the base. The base is still $799.
That means the Pro is the one that they realize the highest. Let me just say, it gives them the best margins. So by having an Air to show you this is like super thin, and then just for $100 more, you're getting the Pro. The Pro is just doing a Goldilocks effect type of thing to bump people up to buying more Pros. Why would you buy an Air if I could just add like $100 to get the Pro? I think that's the play here. And it's one of those, it's those two, let me just say, pricing psychology effects that you're trying to do. Not because, I don't think making a lighter iPhone basically speaks to Apple's engineering. Bro, we're way past that. The competition right now in big tech is like on a different scale. Guys are doing video generation on demand. They're creating open world games with a prompt, and you're trying to tell us I can make the iPhone thinner and lighter.
Yes, unless it serves a different purpose.
Yeah, I'm sure the purpose is just to sell more Pros then.
I don't think so, but I guess time will tell.
You know what? We should have a running gag here. Let's just see how the sales for this
we'll check
compares to
last year. Because compared to last year.
I mean, like how the iPhone, is it 18?
How next year it will be iPhone 18.
Okay, so how the 17s are going to do against the 16 sales just because of the introduction of the Air.
Yeah, we'll see which one seems to have been cannibalized by the other. I doubt they're going to sell a lot.
I don't think it's about selling that particular unit. It's probably just about increasing the business.
The sales on the other, to make the others look better by comparison.
They're bang for buck.
But I still feel that the price is too close.
But dude, think about it. You know, many times when we think about pricing, we're usually thinking about the cost of a particular good. Like how much did it cost me to make a particular product, right? And then you're doing a cost plus basis for how you determine your pricing. There's this thing I think like called the pricing thermometer, where the real big boys do like value-based pricing, where yes, there's the cost plus, but you are thinking about the value or utility that you're bringing to the person who's buying or the customer. And then there's you see that whole band between where you're like, yes, I've already broken even and maybe had a decent margin, to the degree where the value is perceived by a particular buyer
Yeah.
That's where now that's basically your whole playground with regards to how you anchor pricing. Because you remember that was it this psychology book, Daniel Kahneman, Thinking Fast and Slow? Many people do not admit it, but they're using a lot of their intuitive brain a lot more times when they're making pricing, when they're doing like purchasing judgments or something of that sort. Because pricing is basically a judgment problem. It's never really a rational one. And this is 1000% a script out of that play. This is like as old as when commerce started. Just anchoring. And I guarantee you next year's sales for like the baseline pros are gonna be higher than this year.
Okay, we're gonna see. Time will tell. But my money is on foldables. Your money is on.
Yeah, no, my money is just on increasing rev. Do you think really, even if Apple dropped like foldables right now, they're so far behind in the game?
Doesn't matter.
Samsung has been doing this for years,
bro.
There's no innovation. Like they lost their vibe.
They don't sell on innovation. Always remember that they sell on the brand.
You mean Apple right now does not sell?
Even right now, they still have a stronger brand power than any other organization on earth.
I'd argue that
it might be way nearest, but it's still higher than any other consumer brand.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So there are people who, they look at foldables, they look at whatever Samsung is doing, they like it, but they're like, yeah, but
it's not enough.
I don't want to be seen with Android in public.
Okay, fair enough. As somebody who...
And with that, we're ready to start the show. Welcome to Admin Access. Before we start, we want to say thank you to the 197 of you.
Oh, yeah.
If you are not subscribed, I just need 3 of you.
Yeah.
I just need 3
more.
3 more. We cross that bridge. And then we'll have made it.
Yeah, we'll be done at that point. And pack our bags and move.
Move to our story.
So, the browser company, the company behind Arc here, they've pretty much finalized an all-cash deal with Atlassian.
For all those who do not know Atlassian, and for the engineers among us who had a stroke once we said the word Atlassian, they're the company behind Bitbucket, Jira, Confluence, and all the tools your manager is telling you need to adopt and are slowly dying inside.
All the tools that the PMs claim they like, but they really hate. But yeah, man, that acquisition was an interesting one.
Yeah.
So let me just lay out like some backstories and then I'll ask you what you think about it.
Okay.
So Atlassian have agreed on an all-cash deal with the browser company for $610 million. For context, the previous round that they did was $128 million at a valuation of $550. And then they did the fumble that we all think they
did $128 million
on a $550 million valuation. That's where they were just Arc. They just Arc.
It was just before Dia.
And then they announced Dia. And then they announced Dia. And if you're a stickler for the math, let's just say it's just an 11% increase in valuation if they are exiting at $610 million. So I thought that was very, 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 very interesting. First, I think for me, in my opinion, all props, Manze, to them. These guys have been able to sell $610 million without ever needing to generate revenue. That is a win.
They've
secured the bug. Secured the bug.
They don't have to play this, or they don't have to get beaten up by their own customers and just shamed out of to oblivion by their own users. So I guess that's a win. But now the question is why? Why do you think the Atlassian bought them?
I think first of all, rumors have it that OpenAI, that Google were in the talks, were also in talks
to buy Arc.
Yeah, to buy Arc. And Perplexity, I think. OpenAI and Perplexity were also in talks. Now, just so you know, the quote-unquote next frontier for battling AI domination in products right now is looking like it's being browser.
It's the browser war.
Yeah. So Perplexity has this new browser called Comet. Yes, I'm about to try it, but I'm still in the whitelist. If there's one out of the 197 people who might watch this, who knows the day there.
And if you're from Comet, send that link.
We try it out.
We are big on YouTube. Yes. We and our 200. Stop laughing, please. We and our 200.
There's a hype feature. Somebody hyped this. Anyway.
Oh yeah, but it's all in Kenya though.
Yeah. But anyway, so the point is, the browser is looking like the next frontier for AI battling. Like it's the next AI battleground.
It's the next surface.
But the browser is inherently a horrendous business. It's pretty much been super commoditized because of, you guys, Chrome, making everything free. And I mean, open sourcing Chromium. Now everyone can build on top of Chrome as well. I mean, so the distribution is too commoditized, it's too free. There really isn't any valuable business. And I think that's number one, the primary reason they had to shift gears from Arc. Because Arc was just such a...
The writing was on the wall that they're not going to make money.
Yeah. So they decided, if you can't make money doing a loved super user product, let's just make a generic one. And then they rode that deer wave for like a whole 1-2 months. And I'm sure they probably saw it had zero effect. In fact, I think it even had the opposite effect. And I think it's because they ignored a very fundamental principle in like building products. So the way you usually have that curve for early adopters, then your early adopters begin to become like your referrers, and then your referrers grow, and then more people, usually the bell curve, like the majority of people.
Then the laggards. Yeah. That's where I come in.
So Arc had a very good retention arc, no pun intended. However, for Deer, they thought they would literally amass the same goodwill they had with Arc and just jump straight to like the majority, making a product for your mom to use. And you pretty much ignored fundamental, 101, like, PMF rules. Make something that people really love, and then it grows like from there. So on one hand, I mean, props to the business guys.
Let me ask a question.
They have an exit.
We all this while we've been talking about Arc and blah blah blah, Arc, the browser company. But the question is Atlassian. Why would they care to own? Because it doesn't seem that they've been any kind of they don't even sound like they've been applying this AI race thing. Is this? Let me give what I think, my opinion about it. Perhaps for me I see it as kind of an acqui-hire, where I'm thinking Atlassian will look at it from a point of view of, hey, we probably don't even know where to start with all this thing. We clearly we know how to build our products. People, whether people love them or hate them, they're in use and people pay a lot of money. And I've seen what my team have been in has spent on Jira, and again I may just have another stroke. But they're looking at AI and saying we probably don't have the expertise. Even that sense of building a product that people love, despite what we said, there was something that the browser company clearly tapped into when making Arc, that had so much, it got so much love in an industry that is so crowded and so hard to compete in.
There's value there.
Yes. So, and now getting into AI. So I think they're looking at the browser company, not just for the products that they have, but for the talent or the intuition that they have towards building products. And now also getting towards, hey, AI is, we're going to need to get good at AI. We probably don't have the skill in-house. We probably can't develop it that skill at a rate that will let us catch up with everyone else. So let's just buy someone who clearly has the zeal, but not the runway.
I am bearish.
You're bearish.
Atlassian. Exhibit A. Trello. You remember Trello?
They bought Trello. We used to use Trello.
Man, we used to love Trello. Oh my days. So for anyone who likes to use product management tools and is very, very is in love with like the Kanban layout mode of doing things.
Yeah.
Trello are like the quintessential guys who made the Kanban stuff like really, really popular.
They made it mainstream in the sense that they just made it so simple to work with. So for both high, whether it's complex or simple, everyone was using Trello at the time.
Everyone was using Trello. And that's I don't know what, 2016?
We were using it in 2017.
Thereabout.
Also.
So Trello got acquired by Atlassian.
Yeah.
And died. And literally died. Now, here's my take. But this is where I'm bearish.
Through Jira.
No, this is where I'm bearish about Jira. Jira is one of those. I think Atlassian knows how to make enterprise products.
Yeah.
I think they're good with like doing, those tools that are going to be used by corporates and businesses. I don't think they're good with consumer plays, in my opinion.
Yep.
So I understand from a strategic standpoint, if I'm sitting in Trello's board, it makes sense. So just for some context, I was pulling up the numbers for Atlassian. Their market cap is around $45.23 billion. And their annual recurring rev comes to around $5.23 billion ARR. So, I mean, a $600 million acquisition is like a drop in the ocean. But, we haven't thought about like the net rev that they're actually making. Maybe it's a big loss, but still, it's like a drop in the ocean considering what Arc opens up.
Yeah.
But now this is where, again, I'm bearish. The biggest focus, at least from the reports that I've seen, is to help them continue with the journey for Dia. No, it's like a double whammy. Like, bro, you guys are getting like two things wrong at the same time. I fear that Arc will go into maintenance mode and die like Trello. And this is the reason I brought this story up, because I'm an Arc user and
I'm also
I am sad.
Arc as you speak.
I feel I am actually using Arc as well. And I feel like it's like I thought they were gonna be dying when they said they were gonna be launching Dia and continue maintaining Arc. But now I'm almost certain that it's pretty much dead. And I'm not that excited for Dia, to be honest. I'm actually now even less excited for Dia. The fact that it's under Atlassian. So, I mean, forgive my lack of enthusiasm here.
I know it's a stereotype, but Jira does truly suck the soul out. I mean, I'm going to read ClickUp. The ClickUp wave. ClickUp is
your favorite.
Yeah. It's the same kind of tool, cards, project management. And I use those two. And again, one just feels like
there's love here. There's like care. There are people who are thinking about the craftsmanship behind. I remember we really fell in love with ClickUp because of how quickly they used to ship.
Yeah, you felt like the person building this product actually led, and the same for Arc as well.
Exactly.
Whereas when we're using Jira, it just feels like someone in a suit just was given a list and did it, and there was no chance for any kind of personality, any kind of will,
craftsmanship.
And it's not that it's a bad tool; it's a great tool.
Yeah,
I mean, they wouldn't be making the $5 billion if. Okay, that's not true.
No,
but
enterprises,
it does the job.
Yeah,
but nonetheless,
I think Atlassian are in such a place where these guys know how to make money. We cannot fault them for that. Like,
then
they understand that $5.2 billion.
They understand the industry. They understand the products they're making.
Yeah,
and it works.
One might argue, Arc have a good product, but they do not know jack about selling it.
Maybe,
but Atlassian knows how.
They would know how to sell it.
But now they know how to suck the soul out of the product as well. So I don't know, man. Either way, both conditions, good for them.
The first thing they'll do is that they'll just turn Dia or Arc to blue. Completely blue.
Oh, my days.
No options.
Yeah, bro. Like, and lack of customization. You know what? Bruh, this is...
We'll post screenshots of Jira here because I know some of you just think we're exaggerating.
Yeah, I mean, guys, like, even Notion at this point is... Anyway, let me not even go there. I don't want to take more jabs.
Yes.
On Atlassian.